No one would deny that electricity is essential to the modern way of life. It does everything from lighting our homes to performing labor once accomplished only by muscle and sweat. Yet few people know much, if anything, about this current that provides such comfort and convenience. Flip a switch or push a button and it works, and that's all that matters. Beyond that, most people find electricity confusing, if not downright mysterious and intimidating because of the potential danger. Yes, there is a danger, but with reasonable caution and understanding, electrical work can be one of the easiest and most satisfying home repair and remodeling projects. All that the job requires is a basic knowledge of home wiring. Understanding electricity. Contrary to popular belief, electricity is not difficult to understand. It functions according to mathematical principles and is completely logical. It behaves in a totally predictable way. Understanding that predictability is simply a matter of taking the time to learn the principles behind it, to pick up the jargon, and to master basic wiring techniques. Wiring by the book. Home wiring requires few specialized tools, and most of the procedures and materials used are standardized. Armed with this basic knowledge, which will be provided by this book, you will be able to do almost any home wiring project successfully and safely. With electricity, a small amount of knowledge can indeed be a dangerous thing, so this book covers all the essentials of residential wiring. It begins with the fundamentals of electricity, including a complete review of the typical home electrical system. This is the time to grasp the basic technical aspects of home wiring and the theory behind those basics. This first chapter also reviews the necessary safety procedures for working with home wiring and provides a glossary of technical terms you will need to understand. The second chapter presents the step-by-step procedures involved in preparing a wiring project, whether you are wiring an entire house or just adding an electrical outlet. It covers drawing a plan, evaluating whether to use an existing circuit or add a new one, obtaining a permit, and making a materials list. It also discusses tools, safety procedures, and when it might be wise to hire a licensed electrician. The next 3 chapters present practical, step-by-step instructions for basic wiring procedures, from rough wiring techniques to installing a new service entrance to the details of finish wiring. Finally, the last chapter examines the important issues of energy conservation, energy generation, and the new technologies related to home wiring. Everything in this book is explained one step at a time using a combination of text and precise technical drawings. Each step builds upon the previous step. Even if you aren't tackling a project that requires all the steps listed, understanding them all imparts logic to what you are doing. Using this book as a guide, you should be able to do most simple, common electrical wiring tasks, from setting a box in a new wall to adding a new receptacle to an existing circuit. If you take the time to acquire a clear understanding of electricity, you may even feel able to do advanced projects such as running a new circuit in your home or yard, from power company to private home and back. Perhaps electricity seems so mysterious because you can't see it. You can see what it does, and under the wrong circumstances you can feel it, but you can't see it. This invisibility makes it seem much more complicated than it actually is. Simply stated, electricity is the flow of minute charged particles of energy, electrons, through a conductor, generally a wire. The path this energy follows from its creation or generation until it enters a house is both complicated and incredibly efficient. The path begins at the electric utility company's power plant, where electric energy is produced in huge generators powered by water, coal, oil, or nuclear fuel. Typically, this energy is generated at high voltages. Then the power plant uses transformers to further increase its voltage for transmission on high voltage wires to substations along the line. The actual voltage of each transmission line depends on a combination of factors, including the transmission distance. At the substation, the voltage is reduced for distribution to users. The transformers you see hanging on utility poles or mounted on concrete pads along streets and alleys make the final voltage reduction to 120 and 240 volts for use in the home, and are the final link in the intricate distribution system. Along the way, a network of safety devices is used to protect and control the power in the system.